Hi, everyone. I'm Jim Miller for the Real Football Network. Well, the College Voting Committee has spoken. They think the Clemson Tigers are the number one team in the land. They're in the pole position in terms of the college playoff. But who do they have this week? It's a rivalry game. Number 15, Florida State Seminoles are coming to town. So when you look at this ball game, it's a tremendous rivalry. It's going to be a close game. A lot of people have Clemson ahead by double digits. I don't see it that way because, one, you look at Jimbo Fisher. He's being all coy down there for the Seminoles. Who's he going to start at quarterback? Is it McGuire? Is it Golson? And then you look at the Clemson Tigers. They've got a Heisman hopeful in Deshaun Watson. He is lighting it up at the quarterback spot. But anyway, we'll get into the game in a little bit. In just a little bit, we need to talk about the players that you need to scout and watch with a scout's eye in this ball game, because there are some blue chip prospects in this matchup. Let's start first with Florida State. Let's start with Jalen Ramsey, cornerback, junior, 6'1", 202 pounds. He's a total package, folks. This guy is probably the number one rated corner coming out in this year's draft. He can play the nickel position. Some think he could beef up and play safety. But anyway, his versatility. He's a willing tackler. He can play bump man-to-man. He's very physical at the point of attack. He's a willing tackler. You name it, he's got it. And he's got a track and field background that as the draft gets closer, you watch how this guy will blow up the numbers at the combine. I looked at his track background, and this guy can pick him up and put him down and will test off the charts. So Jalen Ramsey is who you need to talk about. Let me look. Hopefully I pronounce this name correctly. Roberto Aguayo. Okay, this is the last time you'll hear me probably talk about a kicker at the Real Football Network, but he is a kicker. He's a redshirt junior, 6'1", 205 pounds. He's one of the most accurate kickers in college football. He's never missed a PAT, 48 of 52 career field goals, 80% on kicks over 50 yards. So pretty impressive guy when you look at Roberto Aguayo. The reason why I bring it up, go back when the Raiders drafted Janikowski. Remember how everybody thought Al Davis was out of his mind to draft a kicker in the first round? I'm not saying Aguayo is going to go in the first round, but there may be a team that takes him early. So we've got him rated as a second-round pick, but if some team covets that position that much, it's happened before in the National Football League. This guy we need to talk about. He's got a great story. I don't know how Jimbo Fisher was able to steal this player away from Clemson, who they'll be playing this weekend. But Terrance Smith, outside linebacker, 6'3", 232 pounds. His father was Touchdown Terry, a receiver who played at Clemson, played with a teammate of mine by the name of Brenton Buckner, if you remember him. He's got a very difficult story because his father had passed away early in his life due to some problems that he had, and not only was he killed, he was shot by police because he had his mother basically at knife point. So it was out of necessity why his father's life was taken. But this guy has grown up with a very heavy heart when you look at Terrance Smith. What I will say about him, if you remember the linebacker who was drafted last year by the Jacksonville Jaguars, Telvin Smith. This is who Terrance Smith reminds you of. He's a very speedy linebacker who makes a lot of tackles. So very workmanlike attitude. A lot of people thought he was going to commit to Clemson just because of his father, but here Jimbo Fisher was able to steal him away for the Clemson Tigers. So a lot of great things to say about him. He's an outside linebacker. Is he a strong safety? I think he'll fill out at the backer position, and he'll be just fine because he can run with tight ends in coverage. So keep your eye on Terrance Smith. Let's move over to the Clemson Tigers because you need to know about this guy, Shaq Lawson, defensive end. He's a redshirt junior, 6'3", 275 pounds. He's going to be one of the top defensive ends taken in the 2016 NFL Draft. Very strong at the point of attack. For a lower body, if you watch this guy this weekend, watch how his lower body is athletic, meaning he's strong and he can move. So this guy can anchor, but yet he's got great quick feet where he's got a burst and all those type of things. So this guy's a special player. Some teams already think he's a difference maker, so don't be shocked if this guy is selected early. He may possibly be the first defensive end off the board, but he's legit 275 pounds and can anchor, and he's an athlete. Need to talk about Mackensie Alexander. He's a cornerback. He's a redshirt sophomore, so he could declare early. He's 5'10", 195 pounds. When you look at him, some have him rated as the third best corner in this draft. When I look at him, he's focused and he's committed. What I mean by that, this guy, if you read all of his interviews, this guy has a routine and he follows it, and it is to the T. Let's just put it that way. So he's very schooled. He's very disciplined. He's a guy I think you can count on. He can be a difference maker. Will be rated very high. If he elects to stay in, he'll probably be a surefire top 10 pick a year from now. But this guy could declare, and he's got the confidence to declare because he's got the credentials that back it up. He can tackle, he can cover, and nobody challenges his side of the field. He is that good of a corner. When you look at him, I'm not saying he's as good as Jalen Ramsey, but I can tell you this right now. Mackensie Alexander believes he's as good as Jalen Ramsey, if not better. Let's go to Jayron Curse. Yes, it is the nephew of Jayron Curse. He's a strong safety, junior, 6'4", 220 pounds. This guy is going to fill out. This guy is like Cam Chancellor. That's the type of traits we're talking about here with Jayron Curse. So very big guy, tremendous athlete, has the bloodlines, has the credentials. He'll be an early top 15 pick if he elects to come out as well, and he's got the production to back it up. So if he falls through the first round, early second at the latest is where I see a Kearse. Very special player, big, and like I said, the guy you need to think about, he is Cam Chancellor 2. That's what Kearse is going to be. So watch the game. I think it's close, but yeah, I give Clemson Tigers, they do get the double-digit advantage, but it'll be much closer than that. It'll probably come down to about a touchdown, but Clemson Tigers have the 5th-rated defense in college football. This team is special. Dabo Swinney has them playing, and they get the victory on their way to the ACC division title again. That's why they're undefeated on the season. So for the Real Football Network, I'm Jim Miller. Thanks for joining us.